Hi Algebra 2. This is a video of the practice for Unit 1, Lesson 4. So please make sure that you try this practice on your own first and you're just using the video to check your answers. So we're starting with question 17 and we're multiplying here. Remember, when you're multiplying, you're going to multiply those coefficients, those numbers in front. So I'm multiplying the -2 times the -9, and that's 18. And when I'm multiplying, I add exponents. So there's 5 x's on this one on the left, and if there's no number right here on the right, there's 1. So it's going to be 18x to the 6th. B, I'm also multiplying. 4 times 8 is 32. I have 7 x's because I have 2 here and 5 here. I'm adding the exponents, and I have 4 y's. So 32x to the 7th, y to the 4th. And C, when I have a power to a power, you're actually multiplying the 4 times the 2. But just keep in mind that this is really 5x to the 4th squared, so it's 5x to the 4th times 5x to the 4th, so that's 25x to the 8th. So don't forget that this squared is for the 5 and it's also for the x to the 4th. D, we have a fraction, so 2/3 times 12 is 8, and then I just add the exponents, so it's 8x to the 5th. And E, I just have 3 terms that I'm multiplying. 2 times 5 is 10, 10 times -6 is -60, and then I'm going to add all those x's. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 4 is 7. All right. 18, I'm going to fill in the missing portion of each product to make the equation an identity. So basically I'm saying 3x squared times what is 18x to the 6th. Or you can think of this as division. 18x to the 6th divided by 3x squared, well, that would give me 6x to the 4th. Because when I am dividing, I subtract those exponents. And then you would just give it a little check to make sure. 3 times 6 is 18. And when I'm multiplying x squared and x to the 4th, I add those exponents up. So B, 8 times 5 is 40. And then I just have to figure out the exponents. So this is x and that's x squared, so I need one more x. This is y squared, I need y to the 7th, so I need y to the 5th. So you can either think of it as division like I did for A, or for B, I'm figuring out what I need to multiply to make it equal to that term on the left. C, 15 times 6 is 90. And then let's figure out the exponents. X, and I need x to the 4th, so I need 3 more x's. And y, so I don't need any y's. So that's it for C. D, -3 times -8 is +24. And then x to the 2nd, and I need x to the 6th, so I need 4 more x's. And then E, -48 divided by -16 is +3. Check out our x's. X squared, but I need x to the 4th, so I need 2 more x's. Y squared, I need y to the 10th, so I need 8 more y's. All right. 19, I'm just using the distributive property. So 4x times 5x is, pen went out, 4x times 5x is 20x squared, and 4x times 2 is 8x. B, -10 times 2 is -20, x to the 4th, and -10 times x, oops, I almost missed that one, is -10x to the 3rd, and -10 times -8 is 80x squared. And C, I have x's and y, so just be careful. So 7 times 2 is 14. Add the exponents for the x's is x to the 3rd. Add the exponents to the y's, it's y to the 4th. And now 7 times -5 is -35. Add the exponents for the x's, there's only one x. Add the exponents for the y's, it's y to the 8th, y to the 8th. Okay. 20, I'm going to fill in the missing part in order to make this an identity. Again, this is just a little bit, it's similar to what we did up above for 18, but now I have 2 terms, so you got to think about what you're multiplying. So 5 times what is 10x? And this one might be a little bit easier to think about as division. Okay, so 10 divided by 5 is 2, or 5 times 2 is 10. And then you got to figure out those x's. X to the third, but I need x to the fifth, so I'm going to need 2 more x's. But then I have negative 35 divided by 5, or you're saying 5 times what is negative 35? 5 times negative 7. And look at the x's, x to the third, x to the third. I do not need any more x's, so that's my answer for that one. Same thing going on B, except now I have 3 terms, so I'm really dividing this whole thing by negative 2xy. So negative 8 divided by negative 2 is 4. X to the third divided by x is x squared. The y's cancel out, so I don't need any y's. 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. X squared divided by x, I subtract those exponents, I still have an x. Y squared divided by y to the 1, I still have a y. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 is 5. X's cancel. Y to the third divided by y is y squared. Okay, and C, dividing this whole thing by 15x squared. 45 divided by 15 is 3. I'll subtract the exponents on the x's, that's x squared. Negative 30 divided by 15 is negative 2. Subtract the exponents. X to the third divided by x squared is just x. 15 divided by 15 is 1. This is important that you need that placeholder there. You can't just say they cancel. You need that 1. All right, and D is a little bit tricky. So I have x squared, x minus 3, minus x minus 3. So I'm dividing this whole thing by x minus 3. So the first terms, the x minus 3 and x minus 3 cancel, and I'm left with x squared. And the second term, x minus 3 and x minus 3 cancel, but I need that placeholder of a 1 there. And of course, I'm going to keep this negative sign, so it's minus 1. So that one was a little bit trickier. All right, we have a few more on the next page. So number 21. Write each of the following out as extended products and then simplify. This first is done as an example. So x squared to the third power really means x squared times x squared times x squared, which is x to the 6th. See the 2, 2, and 2, I'm adding those all up. So x to the third squared really means just x to the third times x to the third, which equals x to the 6th. X to the 5th, but 4 times. It's x to the 5th, x to the 5th, x to the 5th, x to the 5th. Now I'm going to add all those exponents up. 5, 10, 15, 20 is x to the 20th. And x to the 4th, but 3 times. So I'm writing this out. And now when I go to multiply these, I add all these exponents. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is x to the 12th. So what's the pattern for positive integers a and b? If you have x to the a to the b power, when I have that power to a power, looked right here, power to a power, and I got 6. Power to a power, I got 6. Power to a power, I got 20. And power to a power, I got 12. So the pattern is you are multiplying. When you have a power to a power, you are multiplying those exponents. So this is x to the a times b. And you're going to remember you're multiplying because you have those parentheses there. Okay, if you have any questions on this, you can ask me